Liverpool could be on the verge of a huge change behind the scenes, with one of the richest men on the planet reportedly closing in on a £1 billion deal involving the club. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, is reportedly part of a consortium that is now nearing an agreement to purchase a significant minority stake in Liverpool, with the deal potentially seeing the group acquire around a third of the football club. And the numbers involved are absolutely staggering. Liverpool are currently valued at more than $6 billion, or roughly £4.5 billion, meaning a stake of around one-third would be worth in excess of £1.4 billion. This isn't simply speculation either. Fenway Sports Group confirmed last month that it had entered discussions with an investment consortium led by British businessman Amit Bhatia, with the group expressing an interest in making a strategic minority investment in Liverpool. But now, according to Sky Sports, those talks have moved significantly further. The latest information suggests that all parties are closing in on a deal, with an announcement potentially coming as soon as this week. That is the part Liverpool supporters will really be watching, because if this agreement is completed, Jeff Bezos would become a major new investor in Liverpool Football Club, and this would be his first equity investment in a major European football club. And Bezos certainly doesn't arrive without serious financial power. His estimated wealth stands at around £192 billion, while Facebook co-founder Eduardo Saverin is also involved in the consortium, with an estimated fortune of almost £25 billion. Put that alongside Amit Bhatia and the wider investment group, and Liverpool could soon have some extraordinary financial firepower sitting behind the scenes. However, there is an important distinction here. This is not a takeover of Liverpool. Fenway Sports Group would remain the controlling shareholder and would continue to run the football club. Instead, this would represent a huge minority investment, bringing in some extremely wealthy new stakeholders while giving FSG access to significant additional financial backing. And naturally, that raises the obvious question: what does this actually mean for Liverpool? On the surface, increased financial strength sounds like nothing but good news. Liverpool would have another group of billionaire investors with a vested interest in the club's long-term success. But supporters will also be wary. Whenever outside investment of this magnitude arrives, there are questions about what those investors ultimately want, how much influence they could seek, and whether any changes could affect the identity and future direction of the football club. Liverpool have already gone through this process before. In 2023, Dynasty Equity invested around £164 million for a minority stake, with much of that money being used to help address the club's debt. This potential deal, however, would be on an entirely different scale, and Amit Bhatia is certainly no stranger to elite sport. The 46-year-old is the son-in-law of billionaire Lakshmi Mittal and has significant involvement across the sporting world, including the Rajasthan Royals in cricket and a major stake in the Boston Celtics. Interestingly, ahead of this proposed Liverpool investment, Bhatia transferred his stake in Championship club QPR to the club's majority owner, helping to avoid potential multi-club ownership complications. So there has clearly been preparation behind the scenes. And now, if the latest reports are accurate, Liverpool could be days away from a major announcement. The club isn't being sold, FSG aren't walking away, but one of the world's richest men could soon have a substantial financial interest in Liverpool Football Club, with a stake potentially worth more than £1.4 billion. For a club already valued at around £4.5 billion, this would represent a huge investment and potentially another significant chapter in Liverpool's ownership story. And with an announcement reportedly possible within days, the big question now is exactly what Jeff Bezos and this consortium will bring to Liverpool, and what they will expect in return. In other news, Liverpool could be preparing for a significant decision involving one of the standout performers of their pre-season, with interest in Luke Chambers now beginning to intensify. The 22-year-old has certainly done himself no harm over the summer. Chambers featured for 168 minutes across Liverpool's 3 friendlies in the United States, showing his versatility by operating both at left-back and in the centre of defence. He particularly impressed in the final 2 matches against Wrexham and Leeds, starting both games alongside Ifeanyi Ndukwe in central defence. His performance against Wrexham even earned praise from new Liverpool head coach Andoni Iraola, highlighting just how much Chambers has caught the eye during pre-season, and that form appears to have triggered increased interest. There had been some discussion over whether Liverpool could keep Chambers around the first team squad this season, but the latest indications are that a loan move is now the more likely outcome. QPR are among the Championship clubs understood to have shown an interest, while there is also attention coming from clubs outside England. However, Liverpool appear to have a clear plan before allowing Chambers to walk out of the door. The Reds are expected to offer the defender a new contract before sanctioning any loan move, ensuring they protect his value and maintain control over his future ahead of what could potentially become a permanent transfer next summer. That is particularly interesting given Chambers' development at Liverpool. He has been with the club since the age of 6 and already has significant senior experience, having made 65 appearances during previous loan spells with Kilmarnock, Wigan and Charlton. He also broke into Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool squad during the German's final season, making 4 appearances, including 2 starts. So this isn't simply a case of Liverpool moving on from an academy player who hasn't made the grade. Chambers has already demonstrated that he can operate at senior level, and his performances this summer appear to have strengthened his position considerably. The problem is that opportunities at Anfield are becoming increasingly difficult to find. Milos Kerkez is expected to be Liverpool's first choice left-back this season, while Kostas Tsimikas has returned from his loan spell at Roma. The imminent arrival of Ronald Araujo also reduces the need for Chambers to provide emergency cover in central defence. That leaves Liverpool with the decision to make. Do they keep Chambers around the first team environment despite limited opportunities, or do they send him somewhere where he can play regularly and continue his development?